Hello, children. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing? Namaste, my dear children. What's happening? Very warm welcome to yet another VIP series session for CBSE Class 10 Biology, Heredity and Evolution, or rather, Heredity as we can call it this year. Right, children? And this is Ambika, your biology master teacher, right here at Vedantu. How is everything going? Thank you so much, Naman. I'm absolutely good. Hi, Giridhar. Hi, Bhumika. Hello, Satyam. Hi, Anu. Hello, Abhinandan. You're early today, is it? From school? Okay. Ma'am, please join in Menti Wars. um, Unfortunately, on this channel, we haven't been able to do that. Do Menti Wars. Okay. Right. कि मैम क्या ये लेक्चर हिंदी में भी होगा नॉट ऑन दिस चैनल इट वुड बी हैपनिंग इन हिंदी ऑन अ डिफरेंट चैनल on the channel Vedantu 9th and 10th with Amritsar. All right. Okay. Let us get started, children. Yes, 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 yes. By the way, Rohan says June 2nd bio paper for ICSE. Yes, of course. I happen to see your timetable as well. So, since this is not a CBSE 10, sorry, not an ICSE 10 session, I wouldn't want to make any comments on that. But of course, if there are any ICSE children out here, you can finally be at peace because your timetable can also be set right now. Right, children? Anyway, let us get started. So Vinod is asking me, ma'am, is there Menti today? Okay, so let me just clarify that this is VIP series. Initially, what we'll be doing is we'll be discussing some very important questions, rather questions based on certain very important concepts from the chapter. Okay, and then whenever I feel is the right time for Menti, we'll get started with Menti. There will be a very short Menti, as with most of our live sessions, right? Hello, Shruti. Okay. On 9 and 10 Hindi channel as a guest, please, ma'am, says Vaibhav. I wish, but it's not always that things are practically possible. Let's see. Let's hope we get a chance for all that. Okay. Like we did the close up session with Abhishek sir. Let's hope we get another chance. Right. Are these frequently asked questions? Kavita, they are frequently asked concepts. Okay. So we have designed certain kinds of questions for you based on the frequently asked concepts. But these concepts can also be asked in different ways for your exams. All right. So there we go. Let us move on. Children, you know what? This is the positive quote that I have for you. Don't count the days, make the days count. What do you understand from this? Yes, children? I've already told you that, Satvik. Why is VIP series important? Because we discuss a lot of frequently asked concepts in the VIP series. Okay? Yes, evolution is deleted. Children, tell me the answer to this. What do you understand from this particular saying? Yes. Quickly, quickly. Absolutely right and true quote, ma'am, says Mehak. Exactly. Harshita says to be able to use the most in a day. How beautifully said. Don't count the days. Instead of saying, oh my goodness, I have 60 days for my board exams to begin, I have 90 days for my board exams to begin, think of each day as a new gift for you, as a new entire special gift given to you. Make the best use of that. How do you make the best use of that? Well, there are 24 hours in a day, 24 times 60 minutes in a day. Every single minute counts, right? Okay. Let's move on, children, shall we? Just focus on the goal. Yes, Akanksha. Focus on the goal, and that's exactly what you do to make your days productive. All right. So if you like this quote, quickly give me a high five. Quickly give me a high five, and then we'll get started. Right. Thank you so much, children. Ilakia says you are my inspiration, ma'am. How sweet. I'm delighted to hear comments like that. I mean, I feel very flattered, but of course, it feels great. Okay, great. High five, my dear children. And here we go. Children, by the way, please do remember 50% off is still going on on our pro subscription courses up to rupees 1500. So please check out the link given in the description box below and the pinned comment. All right. Coupon code is AMBPRO. Okay. Adityan's Prime Tech from Kerala. Okay. All right. All right. Yes, children. So let us move ahead to understand the topic of heredity. Children, if there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed to this channel yet, please click on the subscribe button right now, which you find right below this video. Just in case you're thinking twice, I wouldn't see any reason to think twice because it's after all an open source. It's an open channel. It's a YouTube channel after all. So if you really want to succeed by getting tips from all of us dedicated people out here who work very, very hard for you all, definitely stay subscribed, at least until your exams are done, because until then we will keep coming up with more and more and more creative series and sessions just to make your learning process easier. All right, guys? Yes. Ma'am, will new sessions come? Of course, there is still a lot of time for your exam to begin. New sessions, new series will also come. Okay? Subscribed. Thank you so much, children. So now tell me the answer to this question. Yes, children, as I told you. Yes, and namaste, Aryan. All the best, Amritini, for your science exam. Okay, now, children, look at this question. Let me put this idea in your head right now. I've told you this already. Whenever I feel is the right time for the mentee, I will start right then. Okay? All right. So, what are genes and where are they located? Basic unit of inheritance, says Harshita. Okay? Unit of heredity, unit of chromosome, they are actually segments of DNA. So how exactly, what would they look like? If this is what DNA looks like, it's a double helical structure, as you will be learning in your higher classes. Okay, as some of you might already have seen this. Segments of DNA, this is DNA. Segments of DNA are what we call genes. So this is gene 1, this is gene 2, this is gene 3, and so on. Okay, segments of genes. So where are they located? Now, this is about being part of the DNA molecule, which is one single long molecule. But when you think about where exactly the location would be, we know that the genetic material is arranged in the form of chromosomes. So genes are located on chromosomes. We can say they are located on chromosomes. Chromosomes are the vehicles of genes, vehicles of heredity. All right? Yes. So, ma'am, can you tell any 3 topics just to get confidence for models? That would be a very, very tricky question, Sneha, to be very, very honest. According to your blueprint for CBSE or whichever board you belong to, go by that. Okay? The top weightage topics. Okay? Today was your first pre-board. Oh, so late. Okay. Right, children. All right, let's move ahead now. What are Mendelian factors? Children, have you heard of this term? Mendelian factors. Children, you know what? There are very few children, I'm telling you this very honestly, there are very few children out here, as I can see right now, who are entirely participating in the session. Most of you guys are just spamming. Children, my sincere suggestion is when you request for a live session, it has to be with the intent to make it most useful for you, me, and all of us together. Right? Okay. Exactly right. Very good. Thank you very much, Vaibhav. Vaibhav says old name of genes. Okay. Yes, children. Old name of genes. Vaibhav is actually right because Mendel used the term factors to refer to alleles and to genes. Alleles and genes both were called factors by Mendel. Okay. So this was a term that Mendel used. Factors. Okay? Right. Okay. Let's move on now. Abhijit says, ma'am, please speak Malayalam. Malayalam paranja aarkonnu manasilavillalo. How can I speak in Malayalam then? Okay. What is monohybrid cross? Children, tell me, what is monohybrid cross? Because of you, I got centum in my pre-board. How nice to hear that. All right. Children, tell me this. What is monohybrid cross? Exactly. Vinod says the cross between a single contrasting trait, or rather, the crossing between a single pair of contrasting traits, right? Okay, the cross which occurs between plants showing two alternative forms of a character. What does that mean? I'll tell you an example. Children, you know what? Pay very careful attention here. Most of you know the term monohybrid cross, and you guys know, like, mechanically, you know how to define it. But what exactly is it? Now, I'm being the opposite of the professor in the movie Three Idiots, wherein the professor asked Amir Khan or Rancho for the actual bookish definition of a machine. But when the student says, not the child, of course, when the student says sort of a simple definition, the professor is not happy. But right now, I'm being the opposite. I'm being a professor like Rancho who wants a simple description. What is a monohybrid cross? Okay, so children, please remember, in the case of the pea plant, for example, we think about 7 pairs of contrasting traits, right? 7 pairs of contrasting traits. So what Mendel did was, Mendel went on to cross two pea plants. He chose parent 1 and parent 2 as as the pea parents for a particular experiment, wherein they were similar in 6 out of 7 characters. Similar in 6 out of 7 characters, and they were different in only 1 out of 7. Does that make sense? This is what we mean by monohybrid cross. Does that make sense? So when Mendel chooses a tall pea plant and a dwarf pea plant, he made sure that for all the other 6 characters, seed color, seed shape, pod color, pod shape, flower position, all of those, everything, right? Everything at all, they were exactly the same. The only difference they had was in the character height, tall and dwarf. Right? This is what we mean by a monohybrid cross. In a dihybrid cross, there would be 5 out of 7 characters in which they are similar. 2 out of 7 would be different. Does that make sense? Yes, children? Happy birthday to you, Krishna. Very happy birthday to you. All right. Ma'am, does the number of chromosomes reduce to half during gamete formation? Of course it does, Anshuman. Okay? Yes, it's called meiosis. All right? Yes, children. Superb, superb. So let's now move ahead to the next one. I still don't see the full Josh enough to start a mentee. Okay? I still don't see the full Josh, which should be ideal for a mentee session. So I'll still wait. Okay? Share the link of the session with as many friends as you can. We will get started with mentee when it's the right time. Okay? And what are you guys waiting for? Please click on the like button as well. That's what keeps us going, right? Exactly. Now, how many contrasting characters did Mendel see in the garden pea? Give any two of them. How many? How many exactly? I've already got the answer there. 7 contrasting characters, or rather 7 pairs of contrasting traits. For example, flower position, which is axial and terminal, seed shape, round and wrinkled, seed color, yellow and green, pod color, yellow and green again, and so on, right? Bilkul, Anshuman, absolutely. Okay, tomorrow your maths pre-boards, nervous at the same time. All the best, Anushree. You're going to do absolutely fine. I know, I'm sure. God bless. All my prayers and blessings are with you, children. Okay? Right, children. 777. Wow. Nikhil is like James Bond fans over here. Okay, right. Next one. Why are acquired traits not inherited? Not acquired characters, yeah, acquired traits or acquired characters. Why are they not inherited? Well, I'll tell you something. The answer is acquired traits are those which are developed in the organisms during their lifetime. I must have already explained this to you. All right. Say, for example, you are going on a holiday to a Goa beach. You are like, you want to take a sun bath and you are like sitting Aram se, you're like spreading a chair and you're sitting down peacefully with an umbrella, with a book in your hand, and you become tanned after that. You wanted to become tanned. You probably wanted to get a lot of sunshine. You wanted to get a lot of natural vitamin D. Now, do you think the next generation, which is going to be your children's generation, would they also naturally be born tanned just because you got exposed to the sun like that? Definitely not. It's an acquired trait, something that you acquire during your lifetime. Unless it affects your DNA, it's not going to get inherited. Right, children? So, acquired traits are not inherited because they don't really affect the DNA of an organism. Okay, exactly, because they are not at the genetic level or the DNA level. Exactly. So, inherited traits and acquired traits, two very, very different things. All right, let us move on now. All right. Yes, children. What are autosomes and sex chromosomes? Okay, I don't want a descriptive answer from you. Tell me one thing. How many autosomes do we have? Human beings, how many autosomes do we have? Quickly tell me the answer. Is my voice breaking? Shambhavi says my voice is breaking. 22, 22. Very good, very good. I am so happy with that. 22 pairs, actually. It's not just 22. 22 pairs. Some of you say 22 pairs. Yes, children, it's going to be 22 pairs or 44 autosomes. And sex chromosomes? Sex chromosomes? How many sex chromosomes? One? Is it one or is it two? Two or one pair. It would be one pair or two. Right, children? So this is how we represent it. 44 autosomes plus, if it's a female, 2 sex chromosomes. And if we are talking about a male, it would be 44 autosomes plus XY. All right? Yes, children. So this is how it is. What exactly are they? The easier way would be to explain what sex chromosomes are. Sex chromosomes are those which determine the sex of a child, X and the Y chromosome. Autosomes are those which have got nothing to do with sex determination. So they basically carry genes for a lot of traits, but they've got nothing to do with sex determination. Okay? Right, children. Monica says, ma'am, I'm from ICSE board, but still watching your CBSE classes. How nice to know that. Thank you so much, Monica. I think there are many others here. Sneha says, ma'am, please give a small tip to boost confidence. You know what, Sneha? You know what? Self-confidence is the best. Nothing else. Breathe deep. And by the way, my guided meditation will help you. At least to a certain extent, it will help you. It's not a very descriptive one because I understand that you guys don't have really 20-30 minutes in a day to do a guided meditation. So I kept it very short, less than 10 minutes. I think 7 odd minutes roughly. So please have a look at the guided meditation in case you haven't watched it yet. Okay? Right. Let's move on. No worries at all. Just stay tuned to this channel. All of us teachers will come up with some tips or the other. And most of them are based on our personal experience. We add a personal note to almost everything that we share with you. Okay? Right, children. Okay, so remember those of you who joined late, 50% off on the pro subscription courses. So please make the best use of our courses before it gets late. Okay? Yes, helped. All right, glad to know that. Children, by the way, while you get ready for Menti, while I will just wait to see if you guys are still ready for Menti or not, here is the opportunity for you to make the best use of Vedantu's paid sessions as well, apart from YouTube, wherein you can get access to a lot of personalized classes, unlimited fun-filled live sessions with a lot of interactive quizzes, and you get to compete with students across different parts of the world, and that feels amazing. Children, also, in case you miss out any session while it's happening live, replay option is always there. You watch the replay, you can still take part in a quiz and leaderboard just like you would be able to in a live session. Isn't that amazing? And children, of course, the notes will be available to you, your handwritten notes of the master teachers, so that you guys can make the best use of it. I think that adds a lot of personal touch. Okay, right. Children, also in-class doubt solving, quality tests and assignments, everything is going to be available to you. All right, so no worries at all. It's going to complete your preparation. And on top of this, 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams. So, what I mean is, you don't have to pay anything extra for this, it comes along with it. Okay, now less is more as far as um, Vedantu's courses are concerned. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you, but remember the coupon code is AMBPRO, and the link you will visit is the link in the description box below, and it's also given in the pinned comment. All right, you just click on it. In the description box below, you will find an option, subscribe to Vedantu Pro now, and you would find a link next to it. Click on it, and you would be taken through a set of steps. So, children, here is a 1 month pro subscription plan for you, and a full academic year, as in till June 2021 plan as well for you, because your exams are going to be ending only in June this year. So, that's also given to you. But I would suggest going for this only if you are like, you sincerely want to forget about any sort of tension and put everything on Vedantu's teachers. Okay. But otherwise, the best option would be to go for the 1 month subscription, because you get an idea of what it's like. You get the feel of it. And later on, you can, of course, go ahead and extend it for another month and another month, however you want it. Right, children? So, 2,500 is the price you would pay for 1 full month, including English, social studies, science, and maths. This means 4 out of your 5 subjects are covered at Vedantu. You just put it on us and we take care of it. And after applying the coupon code, which is AMBPRO, you can avail it at 1,250. And that would be the price you pay for 200 live sessions. Can you believe? Which means the per session the per session price comes down to rupees 6.2. For the longer term subscription, it's going to be a little less, rupees 6 per session, but that's completely up to you. But right now, because the most popular one is usually the 1 month subscription, I'm telling you about this, 6.2 per session, and that's it. And that too, you get a mix of everything: handwritten notes, doubt solving in class, out of class, quizzes, interactive, a lot of interaction between you and the teachers and the class teachers. So many things that you get: handwritten notes, tests, assignments, everything included. Right, children? So there it is. As it's quite obvious, it's even lesser priced than your favorite pack of Lays. So children, make the best use of it right now before things get late. On the eve of your exam, you shouldn't be suddenly running to subscribe to this. I wouldn't be there to probably give you details of it then, okay? Now I've told you about it, make an informed decision. All right? Yes, children. Now look at the next question. Are we good for the mentee? Well, I think we'll probably take about 5 more minutes and then get started with mentee. What do you say? Yes? Ma'am, can you guide for this? As in? Yes. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Okay. Yes, children, within 5 minutes we'll get started. Thank you so much. I still don't see that full energy out here. Somehow it's lacking from what it was at the start. Anyway, until you guys come back to that, let's continue. Why did Mendel choose pea plant? Why? Short lifespan, of course. Short lifespan is one of the major reasons. And that is very, very important in genetic studies, because that would give the added benefit of serving the purpose, studying many, many generations together, right, in a lifespan. That should be practically possible, and pea plant is a very good candidate considering that. Next one, the garden pea plant has got many characteristics, many contrasting traits, as in many contrasting pairs of traits, many contrasting characters. So it's easy to observe them, it's easy to study them. And this plant is small, it's easy to grow, it produces a large number of offsprings in one cross. Another reason is they are normally self pollinating, right? Normally they self pollinate, but they can also be cross pollinated. Okay, so this is an advantage, because for a scientist, this is like, according to the scientist's wish, according to the experiments, if he or she could manipulate it, nothing better than that, right? Okay. All right. Okay. Gaming and crafty videos, I am not sure what went wrong. Um, Probably you could check with one of the customer care members, or maybe you could drop in a mail and I will direct it to the right person. Okay? Right. All right. Oh, Manaswini, how nice. Look at that. Manaswini says, ma'am, your Super 30 session helped a lot. One question directly came in pre-board. How nice. That's super amazing to hear. Thank you so much, Arun, for sharing these things. You know what? If you put it in the comment section below, I would love to see them and others can also benefit from it. Okay, now, next one. Only variation that confers an advantage to an individual organism will survive in a population. Would you agree with with this statement? Why or why not? Variation that serves as an advantage, only that will survive in a population. Yes or no? No, somebody says. Devashish says no. Okay. Yeah, my mail ID is ambika.gopalakrishnan@vedantu.com. Okay. Agree, lead to evolution. Okay. Let's see. Well, children, just like how dinosaurs couldn't bring about advantageous variations and they had to become extinct from the planet, and giraffes, they could bring in a highly favorable variation because they were initially short necked organisms. And gradually, over several years, they managed to bring in variations, and today they are what we see with such a long, beautiful neck. And that's exactly why they are still surviving on this planet today. So we can actually say that variations that confer an advantage to an individual organism may or may not survive in the population, depending upon social behavior of the organism. Most of the times it would survive, sometimes it may not. A variation in a social animal may not survive in a population, while a variation in an animal like a leopard may survive. Like something like an ant, probably it may not survive. I mean, it's very, very unpredictable, right? Depends upon a lot of things. Physically, how big is that organism? What sort of an environment does that organism live in? What sort of organisms do they interact with? All of those are important to think about, right? Suddenly, the entire population of an insect could get vanished away just because by mistake a poor elephant stepped on it innocently, right? Exactly. So, this is what we mean. So, children, this is just for you to give a thought. Um, you need to understand what exactly variations are. Okay. So, Anu, what I mean is variations that confer an advantage to an individual organism. When I say an individual organism, it is, for example, something that's an advantage to me as a person, may help me survive, but it may not necessarily help every human being to survive. It may not help in continuity of the species Homo sapiens. As long as it's not an advantage for the entire species, maybe that's not too much of an advantage. Not all the time. Depends upon a lot of other factors as well, as I told you. Right? That's what I meant. Okay. Right, children. So now I think it's time for Menti. Shall we get started? Yes, all set. So, Menti, thank you so much, Shruti. I think we are set to begin, but I have one more question for you, which is going to be very, very important. We'll come back to it. Okay. After the Menti, we'll come back to it. Thank you. Thank you, Naman. Thank you so much. Naman is one of my most regular children, not just here on YouTube, but also on the Vedantu platform. All right, children. So here is the Menti code. All right. Do you see my screen? Go to menti.com. The code is 1686913. Let's join it. And today I want as many people as possible. Yes? Are we all set? Move on, move on. We can't get started unless we have a good number. So, children, as I told you, one more question that I had to tell you was about laws of Mendel. What are the three major laws? Those of you who've joined could put it down in the chats in the meantime while the rest of you join. Maltose is a type of carbohydrate, Varun. Okay, it's a type of carbohydrate. It's one of the One simple type of carbohydrate. Law of dominance, yes, very good. What else? Law of independent assortment, yes, very good. And there's one more. Law of segregation, yes, Satyam. Segregation. Good job. Oh, in the meantime, we've got so many people on board. All right. Okay, children. So let us have a look at question one. But before that, that is amazing. Children, by the way, uh, oh, okay. Rohit, you could probably try opening menti.com on another device or maybe incognito window. It should work, ideally. I don't see a reason why it shouldn't work, but sometimes it happens. Some technical glitch or maybe internet issues. Yep. Okay. So shall we start? Ah, that's close to 100. Children, click on the subscribe button, okay? Just in case you have not, because something super surprising, super exciting will be coming up very soon. Nothing new, but something that you will all love for sure. Stay subscribed for that. All right. So let's go. There are 99 of you, 97 of you now. All right, let's get started. Anyway, question one up on your screen. Which of the following scientists gave the principles of inheritance? Mendel, Griffin, Johansen, Watson, and Crick. What do you think? Has to be super easy for all my lovely children. No excuses. Yes, move on. A. This is such an easy question. Yes, Naman, absolutely. Such an easy question. Last 2 seconds. One. And your time's up. I still have people who say it's. There are still people who said it's B, C, and D. Anyway, no worries at all. 99 out of 102 people have told me it is Mendel. Good job, children. Gregor Johann Mendel. Gregor Johann Mendel is the answer. Very easy. How could you go wrong with a question like this? Father of genetics. Okay, no problem. Going on to question number 2. Okay? Yes. If a round yellow-seeded pea plant, a genotype is also given to you, is crossed, read carefully, with a wrinkled green-seeded pea plant, seeds to be produced in the F1 generation would be dash. Wrinkled and yellow, round and green, wrinkled and green, round and yellow. What do you think? Mihir says, very easy. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to be that easy. I want everyone to get the right answer if that's the case. Move on, move on. Yes, children, go ahead. Your time is up. And there we go. It couldn't have been round and green, right? Couldn't have been round and green. I'm asking you only about the F1 generation. It has to be only the dominant phenotypes that they would exhibit. How could it be anything else but round and yellow? Because as the genotype gives you in the question itself, capital R, capital R, capital Y, shows that round and yellow are dominant. Okay? Bhayangara easy idu, says Satvik. Yes, absolutely. Now let's move on to look at the first leaderboard and we'll move on to the next question. Okay? Hi, Namita. Have you been giving me answers on Menti? Yes? Okay. Ayush. Good job. Ayush, Aishwarya, Montana, Kavita, Genius, Yuva, Abhisar, Fan, Ananya, Priyanka, Sara, Shreyas, the legend, and Akriti. Ma'am, you are very pretty. Oh my goodness. I have started blushing. Thank you so much, Akriti. Anyway, children, very, very good job. Rest of you, no problem at all. The next leaderboard I'm going to be showing you only at the end of the Menti. 3 more questions coming up, and only after that, the next leaderboard is going to be coming. Okay? I'm sure there will be major changes to it. Let's move on now. Question number 3 of 5. Children, Menti code is right there. 1686913. Okay? Right. Ama romba easy, ma'am, says Raghav. The genetic constitution of an organism is called dash. This is also romba easy. Tumba easy. Bahut easy. Yes, what is it? Genotype, phenotype, variation, or gene? What do you think? 1 second, children. I think my laptop is running short of charge. Let me quickly put it on. Yes. Okay. Your time is up. Let's see. Genotype, of course, genetic constitution of an organism. The name itself tells you it is genotype. Phenotype would be the physical expression. For example, capital B, small b would be the genotype, but the phenotype of it would be brown eyes or black eyes, whatever it may be. Okay? Right. Okay, moving on to the next one. Children, we have 2 more questions coming up. Stay with me. Okay, here comes question number 4 for you. A zygote which has an X chromosome inherited from the father will develop into a dash. Boy, girl, X chromosome does not determine the sex of a child, either a girl or a boy. X chromosome inherited from the father. What would it develop into? Yes, your time is up. I think that was quick. And good job. Majority have told me the answer is a girl. Children, so what is the difference here? A zygote which inherits a Y chromosome from the father will develop into a boy. From the father, if the zygote inherits an X chromosome, it becomes a girl. But both son and daughter would inherit one of their X chromosomes. For the daughters, it would be one of the X chromosomes. For the sons, the X chromosome that they have from the mother. Okay? Right. So let's move on. Okay. Now we move on to the last and final question of the day, which is question number 5. Okay? Ready, set, go. In peas, a pure tall plant is crossed with a short plant. Okay? The genotypes are given to you. The offspring were selfed. Ratio of pure tall plants to short plants in the F2 generation. Slightly tricky. This is. Yes. Ratio of pure tall plants to short plants in the F2. This question is going to change everything. Ma'am, do you know Kannada? I know some basic Kannada. Bangalore style Kannada, I know. And 1:1 is the answer, guys. 1:1. Why is it 3:1? You guys are not reading the question properly. The 17 people who said 1:1 have got the answer right. Why so? Why so? Why is it 1:1? I will explain it to you. They are pure, exactly. Sakhi says they are pure. Exactly. Yes, capital T, and small t, small t. I have not asked you about the heterozygous genotype at all. Pure, the word pure. Okay. Right, children, I will explain to you just in case you want on the slide as well. But before that, let's have a look at the final leaderboard. And yes, and let us conclude with the next discussion. Okay. Right. So this is it. Ayush continues to be at position 1, and that is amazing. That is amazing. Congratulations, Ayush. Is this Ayush Yadav? Okay, I think so. All right. Prajwal, Sonali, okay. I don't see all the names. Bhargavi, then I think it's Shreyas the legend. Somebody wants a hi-fi. Is it Chris wants a hi-fi? I'm not sure. Okay. And the next name, and then there's Aishwarya, Ananya, Thunder. Okay, Thunder God, Viraj. Okay. Nice. Hello, my dear children, whoever is new on the leaderboard, and super cool. Ayush, no more student suicide. Okay. Right, children. So, congratulations and keep it up, children. Those of you who haven't come on the leaderboard as well, thank you so much for playing so well. But in the meantime, let me also come back to something that you all want me to explain again. So, stay with me on that before we conclude. Okay. Well, of course, I have another question for you, which is state the three laws of Mendel. We'll just discuss that first: the law of dominance, principle of segregation, and the principles of independent assortment, or the law of independent assortment. These are the things that we know. 1 and 2 are based on the monohybrid cross. Okay, and 3 is based on the dihybrid cross. All right, this is what they are. Menti is done, of course. Menti is done. But children, you guys wanted to know the answer to the previous question, right? Let me just explain that to you. The question said, there is a pure tall parent crossed to a pure dwarf parent, right? The F1 generation would be this, okay? F1 generation is allowed to self-fertilize, okay? When you self-fertilize this, what are the different possibilities? Tell me very quickly. What would F2 be? Quickly tell me that. Yep, quickly tell me that. It would be TT, TT, TT again, and small t, right? Four of them. Exactly. Now, out of these 4, how many pure tall plants? Out of 4, how many pure tall? How many pure tall? Answer my question. How many pure tall? It's only this. 1, exactly, Harleen. Yes, 1. And how many pure dwarf? How many pure dwarf? It's only this. It's 1 again. So it is ratio between this and this, making it 1:1. Pure tall to pure dwarf. That's it. That's it. That's about it. That's exactly how the answer becomes this. All right. Okay. Yash wants a high five. Okay. Yes, Yash. Got it now. I missed your name on the leaderboard. I couldn't see the name Yash. Okay. Got it? Is this clear now, children? 1:2:1 would be the total genotypic ratio, but the question specifically said 1 capital T is to 1 small t. All right? Exactly. Ma'am, say hi if this is really live. Andrea, do you think Menti sessions happen if it's not a live session? Okay. Anyway, children, remember 50% off. Make the best use of it. The coupon code you need to keep in mind is AMBPRO before it gets late. All right. So stay subscribed, children. Please click on the like button as well if you have enjoyed this, and share it with all your friends, because as I told you, something that you would love is also coming up quite soon. Okay. Right. So let us wait for that. And in the meantime, we will keep interacting with you through different sessions, of course. Okay. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. We will be in touch with you all the time, and we'll continue supporting you anyway till your exam is done. All right. So take care, stay happy, and stay healthy until we meet again. This is Ambika signing off. Bye bye, children.